Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Continuing on in the post-commentary quintology here. Last time we started up here on Planet Notak, and we kind of just did a side path that's pretty much only good for a bunch of collectibles here. We also did a space mission that was a lot of fun and got us a lot of bolts, and it was actually somewhat worthwhile, unlike that expert race that I won't shut up about. In this part, we're going to be continuing on and actually starting to explore the Planet Notak a little bit, because this area is kind of confusing yet again. It's the path you were on earlier doesn't really lead to much, and this is the path that like actually has most of the collectibles and stuff on it, so we're going to be kind of just heading on through this place for a little bit. Yeah, so this pathway is also just in general kind of strange, because there's kind of only one main path we can go from, but it eventually leads off to another, like one objective leads off to another objective instead of back to the ship here, so we're kind of doing two main objectives here in this video. As you see, we have that laser gate there. We can't do anything about that. I'm sure maybe there's some speedrun level player that's found some way to do a 2-frame clip through that like thing, but nothing I know anyway. So instead I'm just gonna be going through here normally. This was the part that confused me in my practice run of this game, where I didn't have the Terminator here at this point, and I kind of forgot that was on Planet Barlow, and I had to go back for that. Fortunately, I do have the Terminator here, and I remembered that that was there, so we can actually kind of go through with that. I think that might be why I say I found this place confusing, because it's kind of been, before my practice run, it had been a few years since I played this game, and I even said this, like, in the first video, and, like, I think on my social media feed and whatnot, I replayed this game a little bit before I went to Con Bravo last summer, so, like, mid-July last year, and I actually forgot how much I really loved this game. Like, I genuinely forgot how good of a game Ratchet and Clank 2 was. And I only remember this was before Con Bravo, because I was in a discussion of it with one of my friends at a food court of all places. And I think he was playing, I think he was either playing the first Ratchet and Clank or the remake of it. I don't remember which one it was, and, yeah, now I'm just feeling really old thinking that my Let's Play of Ratchet and Clank 1 was before that remake and the movie were, like, announced, but yeah, so this part of the level also always kind of confused me a little bit, but it's not really in a bad way. There is a platinum bolt in this area, which is very nice. So yeah, I think it's just that the camera angle is a bit strange here. You'll see what I mean. There's a lot of guys here. There's also a lot of explosions that kind of happen if you break these, like, containers here. Sorry for the warning here, but yeah, there's a lot of explosions here, and I don't know why I continue to break these things, I just sort of do. But yeah, and I just kind of forgot, like, what the game was sort of expecting you to do, because there's a lot of guys that hide around these. I wasn't sure if this area wanted you to be stealthy or not, but it doesn't really seem that way. There is a, yeah, this is kind of where I get a little bit confused. There is a platinum bolt in this area in where this the dynamo here. You don't really get a good angle of this here, though. That's from the inside of the door, like, up above there. That's where the platinum bolt is, but the game doesn't really tell you that well. I hate to say I don't really like this part of the game, but, like, it is a little bit vague on what this does here. To me, I get the impression that, like, whenever I see that door open, I feel like there'd be some sort of pathway for doing, like, some sort of sneak attack here on these guys, but that's not the case at all here. So instead, I just head up here and just begin sending these guys to Kingdom Come here with the mini turret glove. And I didn't make mention of it whenever we got to this planet, but there is a new weapon here available called the Synthenoid for, like, 65,000 volts. Expensive as shit, one of the best weapons in the entire game, hands down. I'm not exaggerating that at all. If you want one of the best weapons in the game, think of it literally as it's actually it's actually like a weird, like, combination of the mini turret glove and I think the drone device in the first Ratchet and Clank. There's a weapon in the first Ratchet and Clank that's like that, except this is definitively an even better version of it, so yeah, I think it's the drone device. I wanted to say almost Glove of Doom, but no, I feel like the mini turret glove is basically a better Glove of Doom. Yeah. But, yep, we just got a Platinum Bolt in this place, so not too shabby. Not shabby at all. And we're actually pretty near done this part of the path here. You got a continue point here. And we have just one of these ships here. For some reason, I kept thinking there was a mini-boss here, and I don't know if I was just thinking of another planet or something else. I'm not really sure. It just kind of seems like there'd be a spot. This would be a spot where you'd fight a mini-boss, but it's not.
Psst. Got a ship that needs, improvements? Worried about getting caught? At Slim Cognitos, your secret is safe with us. Whether it's weapons, shielding, or a new hyperspace module, we'll hook you up quickly, cheaply, and most important, quietly. So next time you're in the market for some, legally ambiguous refashioning, remember the name. Slim Cognitos. The only inspections we pass are yours.
Starship mods. Well, a quick visit to Slim's wouldn't cost us much time. Or maybe we should check out that chemical factory. Someone inside might know where the thief was headed.
Alright, now we downloaded the coordinates to Slim Kirby's Ship Shack. I'm sorry, I had to make that joke right off the bat, but yeah. So yeah, Slim Kirby's Ship Shack here. If we head there, we'll be able to purchase weapon upgrades for our ship finally. I don't know why I thought this was available from the start. I was probably thinking of something else, but I don't know if it's... I don't think it's from the start in New Game Plus, but we are also kind of just dumped off in the back part of this, so we're not really in an easy way to get back to the ship either, so instead we're just going to kind of continue on here. It's not too often the game does that, like you get to an objective and it just kind of continues on that path. It's kind of rare that there's an objective only about halfway through the path, but yep, we're basically at the start of the factory here, if you even really call this place a factory, but this place is kind of interesting. We got some neat puzzles coming up here. Kind of feels like it takes a while, because this is a very Terminator area that you'll be using a lot of water-based puzzles, and I think we're kind of in the main part of that here, actually. Yeah, this area takes a pretty hefty amount of time to get through. I like this puzzle, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna be freezing and thawing this water a lot, so get comfortable using the Terminator. This thing here, I believe, just builds a bridge here. I'm not sure really what about this place it is, but I just, in general, I do like this part of the game, but I can definitely say that, especially if you replay the game a lot, this puzzle can be kind of slow to go through. I did not mean to throw that mini turret out there. So... one thing I didn't really get a chance to mention right now, because we didn't really have a need to swim a whole lot so far in this game, but yeah, in addition to the O2 mask, which I think I mentioned before, we also just keep the water thrusters from the first game by default in this one, and I really like that, because that's a gadget you don't get until very late in the first one, and it just makes swimming so much easier. It's like night and day how much more fun it is to swim with those. So yeah, anyways, we just kind of got to continue on through this place. We do have a lot of boxes here to break too, which is always nice. I do like breaking some boxes. I remember having some trouble with wall jumping here. I don't remember the ice being as slippery as it is here, but it's weird because, I mean, I've played through this game probably like a good 5 or 6 times now, and I do not remember ever having this much trouble with the ice here. But yeah. So, continuing on here, we now have the bridge built. I'm not really sure why there's a continue point there. I guess it's helpful if you die to these weak-ass enemies, but yeah, I'm not really sure why they give you a continue point there, but I guess not a bad thing. Actually, now I see why. Yep. We got our good friend from Jak and Daxter, and also the first Ratchet and Clank, Mr. Assholefish. I, once again, hate this enemy, and I don't know why both Naughty Dog and Insomniac decided to include this enemy in pretty much all their games, but yeah, this fish is an ass, and he'll eat you and kill you instantly. So yeah, we also have a little bit of a timing-based puzzle here, and I think that might be why this takes a little bit of time to go through, but yeah, we want to freeze the water in such a way that it freezes in like a certain part of the tunnel here, like enough that you can walk through it but still at an elevation here. Something like this here. Because we're gonna have to do some platforming once we get on the other side. It's not really that clear about this either. So yeah, once you're on the other side here, you gotta thaw this and then freeze it again. This is kind of what I mean. Like, in a weird way, I don't mind this puzzle, but again, it does take some time to go through, so yeah. And you all know my feelings on this stupid fish. So, we have one more of these here. I think this is getting near the end, though, which is definitely fine. Also, switching in first person I find can help, because sometimes I find that the Terminator doesn't really register well, like, if you're just kind of shooting it normally. Like, it might hit walls that you don't want it to and whatnot, and just weirdness with it, but here we go, it's pretty fine, and then we can head through the other side, and we got a computer.
Perhaps these robots can assist us.
Excuse me? Have you seen any masked weirdos?
I think I had better do the talking. A masked customer picked up an order not long ago. Recently, they received a new transmission from him, and they are willing to show it to us for a small price.
Literally the price of the expert bike race. Why?
Hello, yes. Yes, I need to order 2 more containers of sulfuric acid. Oops. Better make that 5 containers and 4 containers of liquid hydrogen. Oops. Better add 6 crates of nitroglycerin and... Look, just give me double that. And I need it delivered.
Hey, what? What?
No, nothing. Just some robot humor.
Okay, funny guy. Let's just head to those coordinates.
Alright, download the coordinates to planet Siberius. That planet is actually a very, very story-involved planet. So, we're kind of at the point now where the next 2 videos are going to be very, very story-driven. I know that I'm saying this because I've just recorded the next 2 videos already, so yeah, they're not gonna be anything like anything we've seen up to this point, so yeah, unfortunately we still cannot buy the Synthenoid at all, but we're getting close to that. And yeah, this is gonna be the end of this video. We did a pretty fair bit on this planet. Next time on Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, we're gonna be heading off towards Planet Siberius. Thank you for watching. I've been Masterstarman, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.